Hey everybody, Steve Bergen here, and let's talk about tabs. Tabs in Microsoft Word, tabs in Google Docs. So in Google Docs or Google Drive, as of October 2013, right, there are no leader tabs. There are three types of tabs, not five: left, right, and center. So I could come over here and I could very comfortably do something where I am writing October 2013, and I will click a tab, and then I press the tab button, and I go left. I press another tab, and I'll click add a right tab, and that aligns by the right. And I could come over here and add a center tab, and then press the tab button, and I can go center. I will make the font size a little smaller so it will perform better for us. And now what I've got is standard tab use in Google Docs, Google Drive. And I could say November 2013, come over here, and I can press Steve, and it aligns it by the left. I could come over here and type my last name, and aligns it by the right. And I can come over here and type the word future, and it's putting it in the center. Okay, so Google Docs, Google Drive has three types of tabs, and of course it has margin markers as well. And with those margin markers, I can take text like this, and I can make it be aligned differently, as you've seen in a different video, so that I can do things like 2013 tab, and then I can have this little mini paragraph wrap around at this point. So maybe 2014 Google Docs and Google Drive will have leader tabs. Who knows? We will see. To make sure you know what leader tabs are, let's come along to Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word has five kind of tabs. So I could come over here and I could say 2013 and press tab once, and I can insert a tab in Microsoft Word that's a left aligned tab, or I can go to the tab well and I could get a right aligned tab, or I can go to the tab well and get a center tab, or I can take these other two that are there as well. A decimal tab, which Google Docs, Google Drive doesn't have, and a bar tab. And a bar tab looks like this. So now if I press return, you'll see that in each column over at about 4.5, I get a vertical bar. This is a left tab. Then I have a right tab that's a little too close, so I'll move that over a little bit. And so that's a right tab. And then I have a decimal tab, which means if I have a number 2.5, it lines it up by the number. So if I go 2016 and I come over and I type 0.1234, it lines it up by the number. 2017 tab, 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 and I go 3.1415. It's lining it up no matter what and how I position it. That tab is lining it up by the numerical value. Oops, one more. 123.4.45. All right, and that's the function of the decimal tab. So if I just move this over a little bit, you see it as the fourth type of the five types that Microsoft Word has. If you go to this menu and you go to tabs, you'll see there's stuff here about the word leader. So I'm going to show you in this video 2 wonderful uses of a leader tab, and then hopefully in 2014 or 2015 we will see Google Docs, Google Drive have a leader tab, but right now it doesn't. Okay, I'm going to erase all this and I'm going to go to tabs and I'm going to clear all tabs. One function of a leader tab is when you want to do a table of contents. So if I have a table of contents kind of look, and I have chapter 1 of a book, I would come over here and press a tab. Let me get the right kind, sorry. I would press a left tab, and I press tab, and I would type the number 1. Maybe it's on page 1. Chapter 2, tab, starts on page 17. Chapter 3, tab, starts on page 33. If I highlight those 3 rows and I go to the tab area, lots of ways of getting there, I can make my 4.81 tab be a leader tab. I'm going to make it be a leader tab with the dots. I'm going to click OK, and I get this kind of look. So if I come down to chapter 4, as soon as I press tab, it puts the dots in, and then I'll type in the 55. Now you might think that that's magic, but it's not. It's just Microsoft Word's use of leader tabs, and we hopefully will have the same in Google Docs, Google Drive within a year or 2. Let me do it again. I come over here and I go chapter 1 and I click a tab, and I can do this work before I do anything else. I don't have to type in chapter 1, 2, or 3. Basically, I have the left tab. I have to get to the tab area, and there's lots of ways of doing it. And I have to declare 5.06 as being a ... type leader tab, as you see in the middle of the screen. Then when I press tab, it jumps and I can put down the number. Chapter 4 jumps and I can put down the number. If you want to move the tab, you have to highlight both of them and then move the tab. So try this and then go on to this next example. In the next example, I am going to do it to make proper underscores, underlines, as if we were printing this out for Parents' Day. And maybe on Parents' Day, we need parents to fill in the blank for their information. And if you don't know any better, you put a whole lot of dashes in, and then you put down street, and you put a whole lot of dashes in, and then somebody you know gets a little confused and say, gee, why aren't they all lining up properly? And I can't tell you how many people I have encountered who can't make the things on the right-hand side line up because they're not using it properly. Here's the proper way to use it. You type in name, colon, and you don't put the underscore. You come over and you put in a tab wherever you want, and then you're going to make that tab at 5 1/4 be a leader tab. So I'm going to go to my tab area, and the one at 5 1/4 I'm going to declare to be a leader tab. And I'm going to set it. And now if I press tab, it jumps to that spot. And if I go street, it jumps to that spot. And if I go zip code, it jumps to that spot. How does it know that spot? Because it's a tab. Why does it put the underscore? Because I went and programmed it in the tab menu to be type 4. You got it? Hope this helps, and hope you can do both of these examples, and I hope you use this to your advantage. Remember how it works. You have no tabs at first. I will clear all tabs. And you want to put something in. So you generate a tab by clicking in the ruler in Microsoft Word. If you don't like that tab, you can move it to the left or right. If you want to get rid of it, you can throw it in the ocean. Once you have it in, you double click on it. You program it to be a leader tab, which is types 1, 2, 3, or 4. I'm choosing 4. You set it, and then you use it by pressing tab, and you get perfectly aligned underscores with the right-hand column. All right? Steve Bergen signing off, and hope you're better about tabs now, and we look forward to 2014 or 2015 when all of a sudden Google Docs, Google Drive will have those leader tabs. Bye, everybody.